welcome to vlog number 62. God, I couldn't remember then. Welcome to vlog number 62. And before I crack on with it, as you can tell, I'm actually at home. And for me, the prep always starts at home. Pretty much for every single session, I would have done some prep before I've got to the bank. That's just the way I fish, guys. I like to get to the bank, be ready to get the rods out once I've had a look around and seen what's what. But for this session, I'm going to try something I've never, ever done on the bank. No session have I ever done this. And it's going to be fishing. I've got some here, actually. It's going to be fishing these little bad boys. ZIGS. Now, I have never done all three rods on ZIGS. I've played around with having the odd one. I think maybe at times I've had two out, but I've always made sure I've had a bottom bait out to complement it. And I've been advised, if you want to give ZIGS a go, you should really do it wholeheartedly. So for the whole of this weekend, I'm going to be doing ZIGS. And obviously from the last vlog, you would have seen that I've been trying out monster baits, which is now the new bait at Mousehole Lakes, guys. I've got a couple of different varieties here. The plum ice, which is actually what I did catch on last time I was there, and these are their beast. Now I've got pop-ups in both, so I'm actually going to be doing ZIGS on both of these. Now I have got loads of foam ZIGS made up, and I could use them, but for this little weekend I want to make up some fresh stuff. So I thought I'd just show you exactly what I've got out and what I'm going to be using this weekend, and then I'll show you the rigs. I'm probably going to make quite a few up, possibly in probably 1.5 foot, 2.5 foot, 3.5 foot, 4.5 foot. So probably make 4 at least, and then maybe one at 5 foot. But let me just show you quickly what I've got out, guys, and then I'm going to crack on and do it because I need to get my prep done, obviously. But I just thought I'd let you know. Right, so I'm just going to show you a few little ZIGS bits I've got set up. So I will show you what I've actually already got, which are these lovely reels. Lets you know what size it is, what's on there, and this is what I've used previously. Now I'm going to do it differently this session, guys, mainly because my friend Connor has sent me a video over by Scott Lloyd, and I kind of like what he's saying, so I'm going to give it a try basically this weekend. So that would actually involve using a chod rig as the top part of your zig. So that's what I'm going to be doing, guys. Also, I'm going to be making a few. So I wanted to give these a try. I have tried them before, guys. These are the Nash, got it upside down, my bad, the Nash Zig screws. So if you want to screw a pop-up on or something like that, it's going to be quite easy to do so on this. And I'll be pairing them with some ESP cryogen hooks. Now something else I just thought I'd show you, because I did make it up quite a long time ago. I did make up myself a little container, guys, and I'd have, this is just a foam bit that I have zig rigs on, but it's also a container. So I had my I've got all different stuff in there, foam and all the rest of it, but also I kept my zig and floater line in there, so I wasn't hunting around for it. So just something you can make if you want to make it easy for yourselves. That's it, guys. Next time you're going to see me, it's going to be on the bank. I'm going to measure all these out and get them all made up. So fingers crossed this weekend I can bring you a fish that will probably be on either the Monster Baits Beast, Plum Ice, or maybe even a bit of black foam. Wish me luck, guys. Afternoon, guys. Well, it's another Friday after work o'clock, and I am back down Mousehole Lakes for Mousehole's Diaries number 62, I believe. Now, this week I am on Kestrel. Now, I was actually booked into Kestrel 6, but unfortunately they've kind of double booked, so there's a guy already set up there. So rather than upset the apple cart, I'm coming over to Kestrel 4, which is behind me. Obviously I've got nothing set up, guys, so I'm going to get set up. I don't really want to turn this way because I'm just going to be blinded by the sun. It is absolutely scorchy out here today. Now, as I would have already said on a previous intro when I was at home, I'm actually doing something I've never done today, guys. Never done today? Never done before, which is have all three rods on ZIGS for the entirety of my session. So obviously it's Friday after work o'clock now, so I've probably got about an hour worth of daylight, seeing as we're now in summertime. So I need to observe the water as much as I can, get these rods out, which are on ZIGS, which I've already tied at home and all. Probably would have shown you a little bit of prep. So I don't have much to do, just really decide where I want to put what height. I'm probably going to go low initially, so probably the 1.5 foot, 2.5 foot, maybe the 3.5 foot, put all of them out where I can, and then just see where to go, guys. It's, for me, it's easy fishing, no bait boat, only casting this weekend. Unfortunately, one of the good areas actually is in a bay, so I'm not going to be able to cast there, not on a ZIG. So I don't know, we'll see what happens tonight. It's still going to get cold during the night though, so the temperature's still dropping tonight, guys. But for now, I'm going to get myself set up, then I'll give you a quick little shout and tell you what's on what. Again, this week I am using monster baits, guys, on 2 of the rods. I've got a beast in a yellow pop-up, a plum ice. In fact, Rod's just given me something as well. Have I got it? Yeah, it's in my pocket. So I've also got the plum ice booster spray, guys. So monster baits plum ice bite optimizer spray, it's called. So for the ZIGS, happy days. Just been a fish bosh out over in 6. Oh, I'm going to be upset I'm not over there. So this is going to be going on everything that goes out today, guys, including the black foam. So happy days. I'm going to go get set up, get the rods out, fingers crossed. I've got my nets and sling and all that sitting in the solution to sterilise it. I'm going to get set up, guys. I'm a bit frazzled at the minute that I'm not in the swim I wanted to be, but it is what it is. Let's go get set up, get the rods in the water, and enjoy this absolutely beautiful evening, beautiful weather. Happy days. Check in with you soon, guys. Right, guys, look, down there, the rods are in. Now, it's very easy because I'm doing ZIGS today, so I kind of pre-tied a number of them, and for starters, I've gone off at 1.5 foot, 3.5 foot, 2.5 foot. That's just right to left, guys. So my first rod, I'm just going to hand show you quickly, guys. Got loads of light, so I've got loads of time to get set up. I've just gone down here in the margin, 1.5 foot ZIG. It's a bright yellow beast pop-up that's been trimmed down, sprayed with some plum ice bite optimizer. Then obviously I've got this between me and the island, and I've just kind of drawn a line there, guys, and I've just put one mid channel. I've made that the deeper one at 3.5 foot. That's a black piece of foam but in the shape of a boilie, again sprayed with monster baits plum ice bite optimizer. And then with this tree in front here, I haven't gone close to it, guys, I'll be honest. I'm probably a rod length off of it. I've gone in that direction, but it just gives me a marker. And that one's 2.5 foot on a white plum ice pop-up that's been trimmed down. So just give you a quick little view. Obviously I've got the rods there, net was dipped, sling is dipped and it's drying up there, but everything else is very tidily on the barrow. So I need to get myself set up, guys, so I'm going to do that. It's an absolutely beautiful evening. I'm really happy with my tactics. I've literally gone margin, middle, far. I mean, it's, for starters, that's a definite way to start, I think. I've got 3 different depths, 3 different colours. Let's give it a try. Fingers crossed, guys. Evening all. So 8 o'clock Friday night, and I've had some lovely leftover Pizza Hut pizza, which was delicious, I've got to be honest. So nice eating leftover pizza on the bank. And obviously I mentioned earlier that I was meant to be in swim 6, but someone had set up there, so I moved to swim 4. Oh my god, I cannot tell you how much I'm regretting that decision. I've seen about 8 fish so far, pretty much all along the margin, right hand side margin in swim 8. Just loads. Obviously I'm kind of facing it, so they're right in my view. It wouldn't be as easy to see from swim 6. Would be easy from swim 5. Definitely easy from swim 4. So even if I was over there, I might not actually see them as good as I can now. But there's definitely fish over there. Loads of fish over there. In fact, I've never I can't remember the last time seeing so many fish over in the swim. It is rammed with them over there, and literally every 15 minutes I will see another one. It's like, talk about tease me or wind me up. You know, I was meant to be in that swim and I'm not. And I'm seeing fish galore over there, it's ridiculous. But let's get back to the case in point. So obviously I'm doing zig fishing this weekend, guys, and I'll put my hands up and tell you now, I am no zig fishing expert. My mate Connor, he's had absolutely loads on zigs. I haven't. I have had a 30 on a zig out of Kingfisher Swim 8, so I have caught on zigs, but I just don't have the confidence to use them. Now obviously this week I am doing all 3 rods on zigs. Like I said already, I've gone sort of 1.5 foot, 2.5 foot, and that is one of my rods bleeping, 2.5 foot and 3.5 foot. Oh, don't it make your heart goes when that rod bleeps, eh? I'm like, oh, getting ready. And obviously with zigs, there's no back leads, it's tight lines, so you will get the odd little liner and stuff like that, which is obviously what that was. But yeah, I'm quite excited for a couple of reasons. Obviously I've seen loads of fish moving about in swim 6, but to me, if they're moving over there, they should be moving everywhere else. They might be holding up over there, but I'm sure they're going to move around. So I'm actually quite confident, guys. I'll be chuffed to bits if I get a fish this weekend on a zig in Kestrel Swim 4. Plus, I am got 2 of them on monster baits, actual pop-ups, and another on a black foam at the minute. But all of them I have given a good little squirt of the old monster baits plum ice, and that is what I caught on last time here, the plum ice. And I know the monster baits boys were here last week, I think, and they all caught on the plum ice. So I have got quite a bit of confidence in the plum ice, guys, so I'm giving it a go. Now obviously it's still daylight-ish. It's twilight, so it's twilight at the minute, but light enough for me to see the water. Temperatures have dropped a bit. It's like 20 degrees when I was driving here today. It was roasting, it was lovely. The minute that sun drops down, it does drop. And the temperatures tonight, I think, I'm going to check, guys, rather than try and give you false information live on the vlog, I'm going to actually do a quick little check. What's it going down to? Not too bad, actually, 7 degrees, so that's not too bad. And even then, for most of the night, it's at 8 degrees, so yeah, not too bad. Tomorrow is looking like it's going to be higher 13, which I did actually already know that. And then tomorrow night go down to 7, so a little bit of time for that water to warm up. I know some people probably say too early to get on the zigs, but do you know what? I wanted to give it a try under these sort of conditions and see what happens. I can come here and blank out all the time, do you know what I mean? I might as well come here and try something new. And just for me, it's kind of exciting. I'll tell you what else as well. Oh my God, how quick can you set up or get the rods out when you're just flinging out a zig? And even the first one, I flung it out and I had forgotten to put some bait spray in, so you just kind of reel it in, spray it up and re-chuck it back out. It's like really easy, I've got to be honest. And you're not chucking in loads and loads of bait. I haven't put any bait out whatsoever, guys. So I was kind of thinking of bringing a bait boat, putting out a sloppy spod mix and all that sort of thing. But I thought, you know what? Let me just try them as singles, as zig rigs, and see how they work. So that's where we are. Like I said, it's gone 8 o'clock. I've had some lovely food. I'm going to sit here and watch the water whilst I can. And then I'm going to relax, guys. You know, yes, I do come fishing to catch fish, but that's not it. That's not all of it for me. I come fishing to relax, unwind after a week at work, enjoy nature, enjoy some time with myself, and I love it, guys. You know, I'm a happy chappy, and this is what I enjoy doing most. So I'm going to let you all go before I bore you, and catch up with you during the night if I catch a fish, and if not, in the morning if I haven't. Now, I think I'm going to do the same thing as I normally do, which is leave them in till probably, if I can get away with it, 11:30, to be fair, because I've been on here. In fact, I was in swim 1, and the boys in the morning were having, I brought my rods in as I normally do about 9:30, 10, went off to do a walk around the lake and say hello to people and all the rest of it, and both boys were picking up fish left, right and centre whilst I was away for the next hour. So I don't think I'm staying at least till maybe 11:30, guys. Go for my comfort break after that, unless the old cooler nature calls, but that's the plan. Leave them in. I might change depths and all that tomorrow, but for now, they're staying where they are. Fingers crossed, pray to those carp gods can get a fish on the bank. Thanks for watching, guys. I do really appreciate it. Thank you very, very much. Guys, I will let you know, if you do swim 4 on Kestrel, put your bivvy sideways. I know it goes against what you need to do. We do need to be watching the water, but if you do not put your bivvy sideways, you're going to have this light facing into you all the time, all through the night. It keeps going off. And morning all. So, just gone 6:30 Saturday morning, and thought I'd give you a bit of an update. So, obviously I'm doing ZIGS this weekend, which means you're on a tight line, not back-leaded, and you're going to get liners. And I had plenty of liners last night, so I did not have very much sleep at all. In fact, I'm absolutely cream crackered. But I did also have a couple of takes. So the middle rod, which is on a black foam ball at 3.5 foot, went off. First time it went off, pulled into nothing, which does happen with ZIGS, unfortunately. Second time, it ripped off. There was no mistaking that for a bite. So that's about 220. So pulled into a fish, and it was ripping line off, and it was going into swim 5, and I was worried about obviously running into their lines. So tightened down a click, still running, tightened down another click, and it pinged off. So gutted, guys. I can't tell you, you know, catching on a zig for me is like as rare as rocking horse shit. You know what I mean? I just don't really do it. And the fact I would have had what felt like a good fish last night, about 220, and then missing it, absolutely gutted. And it's really my lack of experience messing around with ZIGS, guys, if I'm honest, because I kind of remember last time I did it when I was in swim 8, I'd had the same sort of thing, and I'd lost one or two before I actually landed one. And it's you just got to give them a lot more time to run, really. You can't, where you can get away with stuff normally on a zig, you've got to play them a lot more gentle, or that's been my experience. Anytime I've tried doing what I've done last night, I've ended up losing fish. So absolutely gutting. I do know, you know, that is part and parcel of zig fishing. You know, the hook holds tend not to be quite as good. It's common to lose fish or pull into nothing and stuff like that. But totally gutting, guys. Really gutting. I was kicking myself because you know, the minute you do it, you're like, I've done that before. I've played it too hard. I should have given it more line. But it was flying. You know, if I hadn't tried stopping it, it probably would have been in 6's water before I'd done anything. And I'm guessing it was going to try and go round the corner. It was motoring. It was definitely going quick because the line was just ripping off. Never had such a violent take on a zig, if I'm honest. So there you go. I had a definite take last night and definitely lost it. But the important point is I had it at 3.5 foot and I had 2 takes on the black foam. So even though I am using monster baits this weekend, I think I'm going to be going to black foam. I have got their Plum Ice Bite Optimizer spray. Sorry, just looking down at it. I have got that, so I will give foam a spray of that before putting it out. But for now, I'm going to have my coffee. And pray to those carp gods I can get another. Now, obviously I don't know, do I change them out now? Because if I've had 2 bites at 3.5 foot, yeah, you know what, guys, I think I'll probably have my coffee. I was going to say I'm leaving them in till 11 o'clock, but I've had 2 bites at 3.5 foot. One's at 1.5 foot, the other's at 2.5 foot, and I've had nothing. Obviously they're different colours as well. Maybe even if I tried those feet, same 1.5 foot and 2.5 foot, but in black, that might be what works. I'll tell you what, guys, I'm going to have my coffee. The JVA Carpy Adventures mug, I'm going to have my coffee, and then I'm going to bring 2 of them in. The left and right are going to come in, the middle will stay out there, and I'm going to switch over to some black foam, get them out for bite time and see if it makes a difference, fingers crossed. I've got to give it my best shot. I'm going to be doing it for the whole weekend, which I've never ever done. But clearly, I had a bite. That bite last night has proved clearly it works, and obviously in the darkness as well. So yeah, I've got to be giving it another go. So I'm going to bring 2 of the rods in, get them over to black, and then see where we are. That's your morning update, guys. Thanks for watching. Right, well, I did go and redo all of the rods, guys, and it's kind of one of the nice things with doing zig fishing. When it comes to redoing the rods, it's literally a 5-minute affair. I'm kind of enjoying it, if I'm honest. So you probably won't see it on this because I'm only zoomed in 2 times, guys, unfortunately, but essentially all I'm doing is covering this channel across here. Well, probably a bit more of an angle, so probably across there, guys, but I've mainly stuck to the middle portion because that's where I had my bites last night. So I've mainly stuck to here, but from here in the middle and there, so I've got a 4 foot there, 5 foot there, 3.5 foot there. So that's where they're going to stay until probably 11:30, guys, 11 o'clock, 11:30. And if I get any other indications and all that sort of thing, I may make more changes, but that's where they're going to sit up till then. So fingers crossed, might be able to get you a bite today and not make the same mistake I did last night. Thanks for watching, guys. All right, guys, well, today I am with the Quest Tackle Tenacious 55-inch free giveaway brolly winner, who happens to be Mousehole Zone Martin. So it saved me a fortune on postage, so that's happy days. So firstly, I want to say thanks to Quest Tackle for shipping me the 2 brollies. Appreciate that. Thank you, Matt. And congratulations to
Thank you very
Martin.
much. Thank you, Quest.
That's it, guys. Martin's now set up with his Quest Tackle Tenacious 55-inch brolly that he won on my free giveaway. Afternoon, so just about to hit 1 o'clock Saturday afternoon at Mousehole Lakes. And as I've said, guys, I'm in swim 4 on Kestrel and I'm doing ZIGS for the whole weekend. So had a couple takes last night. One of them, the minute I picked it up, was gone. And the other one took me for a nice little run into swim 5 and unfortunately tightened down the clutch and then put my finger on it to slow it down, and it come off. So I've lost one. Oh, hello. And now we've got the middle rod that is twitching. That might actually be a bite live on camera. That'd be pretty cool. I did watch it move then, so let's just see what happens. But what I'm going to do is point out what's on where. So I've gone for black foam on all 3 of them. In fact, actually, I did record a little bit, so let me just show you that, guys. Alright, guys, just a quick one, let you know I'm still sticking with the ZIGS. I have changed to 3 black foam ZIGS, now all topped with maggots. They are 1.5 foot, 2.5 foot and 3.5 foot. So these are what's going out Saturday afternoon. Fingers crossed, little changes might get me a bite. Alright, guys, so as you can see, I've got black foam on all 3. And 2 of them are just black foam by itself, one's a black foam boilie. So I've kind of gone back to my depths I was at last night, meaning 1.5 foot, 2.5 foot, 3.5 foot. So I'll just do a quick point, guys. I've gone out to the corner of my water here, mid-channel. I've gone towards the yellow post in front of me on the 3.5 footer, because that's where I was catching them on last night. And then I've just gone a little bit more towards the channel down there, but again, mid-water really, to my distance to the island. And that's like a 2.5 foot. So draw out there. All of them have been topped with this, guys, which is the Monster Baits Plum Ice Bite Optimizer. Smells divine. All of them have got that on it. So fingers crossed I can get into one today, guys. If I do, I'll be happy to get the camera out and show you. If you're on the banks, guys, I hope you're having a good afternoon. Afternoon all. So it's about 3:15 Saturday. So far, no fish to report. But if you see this great big tree area in front of me, there's a little bay just behind it. And this morning there I saw a couple of fish. Obviously, casting from here I can't go through a tree, so it weren't an option. Now I have got a bait boat, but I didn't want to be using it this week, guys. You know, I use my bait boat probably too much and my casting suffers for it. So I didn't want to be using it this weekend. So Nick and Jane popped over to say hello. Thank you, guys, appreciate you coming and saying hello. And a fish boshed out twice over there again, and it was substantial, bit of a chunk. So I decided I was going to try and cast over there. So what I did, guys, this little bit right here, I just kind of went around here, show you to where I got to, walked around here, went through here, went through this little bit just here, and even though for the best part there is trees here that I was really worried about clipping, I was able to get it right in here. So I just let it, put it on the lead, just went with the lead first, sorry guys, just went over with the lead first, clipped up, put the zig on. It's a 3.5 foot zig topped with maggots, and I got it right over there guys, so I'm really happy with that one, and I'm tempted to leave it in there. So that's actually my left hand rod, and I'll tell you what guys, I think if anything that's going to be the one that's going to go. So I was able to obviously just walk back to my stuff. Might as well show you the swim while I've got it here. Got the old Questifier Mark II bivvy with overwrap on. I like the overwrap on guys because it gives me a lot of room in here, like loads and loads of room, so I do like that. Got my chair out, got the old Parabara, which obviously is powered by Alt Technologies, and then just my stuff there. So it's a lovely afternoon guys, the sun is out, there is a breeze on, so there's a good, it's meant to be about 20 mile an hour, 25 mile an hour gusts coming through, so there is a breeze on now and again, which makes it a little bit blowy, but it's a beautiful afternoon to be out on the bank fishing and praying to get one on the bank. So fingers crossed I can. Now the only thing I will do different guys is if it gets to about, I don't know, 6 o'clock and nothing's happened, I'm going to bring in the right hand rod and change it to a 3.5 foot length. I think that one's 2.5 foot currently. I think the middle one is a 3.5 foot. No, actually, sorry, no, I think the 3.5 foot is what I've put into that bay. So both of the rods, middle, these two, I'm going to bring in later. I think they're on a 1.5 foot and a 2.5 foot, and I'm going to bring them in and swap them both to 3.5 foot, then put them back out for tonight. That'll be the only change I make. Probably redo the maggots on them, and that's it guys. I'm happy with what I've got out there. I've seen a couple little fish as well about, so yeah, fingers crossed I might be able to get into one. Let's hope I don't blank this week, eh guys? Alright guys, so just redoing the rods for the evening, and you know those times when you normally mess up but you're not actually filming? I thought I'd film it. So I'm going to be casting one close to the island. I want to be about a foot off the island if I'm honest, just on the bend, but I've got a 3 foot zig attached to it, so there's a very good chance I'm going to get snagged up here. So I thought I'd try and catch it on camera, give you a bit of amusement. That was pretty lucky for me considering it'd come out of the clip. So let's try that again. Obviously now I've got to reset the clip, but let's give it a go. I was maybe a little bit closer, but that is definitely, that's within a foot. That's good enough for me guys. Happy days. Oh well, sorry, I did mess up. Thought I would. Look how beautiful this looks guys. Sun blazing. And to be fair, the sun's been out the whole day. Now, I'm really no expert on ZIGS, but I would have thought with lovely warm sun like this, I may have had a good chance during the day. Clearly it hasn't happened, but if I'm honest, I am confident for the night. So the one that I've put over in front of those, or behind, in the bay, so behind the trees in front of me, in the bay, I've seen a fish show 4 times. The one to the corner of the island in front of me, I've seen a fish show probably about 3 times. And then the one I've got in the middle, I've had 2 takes on it last night. So I tell you what guys, I am fairly confident that tonight, I don't know why the night time's outdoing the daytime for me, but I do think tonight I've got a good chance of a bite. So stay tuned and fingers crossed it will happen. Morning all. So coming up to 6 o'clock Sunday morning, and yeah, unfortunately by that lack of footage it means nothing happened for me last night. Rods remain motionless, no liners or anything, which got me up, which Friday I had loads. So there is one take I will say from that, and I think, if I'm honest, most of the fish have probably moved off of this area. and the reason being, I can see swims 1, 2 are empty. They left yesterday afternoon. I don't know if 3 has gone also, but I'm guessing if all 3 of those swims are free, no lines up there, the fish may have gone up there, because I didn't even get a line last night, or during the day I didn't get anything. So I think there's a chance the fish have moved up there, but that's not to make me think they're not going to move around at all, because I believe they will. So I don't know about if I want to refresh the rods. One of them's in a spot that was tricky to get to, and I'd kind of like to leave it until I'm leaving, if I'm honest. I've got faith in that rod, so I may end up redoing the other 2. I have got one more bait I wouldn't mind trying, so actually, yeah, I think I'll have my coffee, and then Rod's given me a bait to try, and I haven't tried it yet. So I think I'll bring in the right-hand rod, in fact, leave the middle rod, because that's on the spot where I've had that bite on Friday. So I'll bring in the right-hand rod, put the baits on that Rod's given me, and then chuck it back out. Praying to those carp gods. Let's pray I can get a fish before I leave, guys. It would be nice. But either way, it has been enjoyable doing zig fishing, if I'm honest, guys. It's not something I've ever done all 3 rods before. I may have tried the odd rod here or there, but I've never committed all 3 rods to it. So it's an easier style of fishing, that's for sure. Sorry, kettle's going. We're still, Friday was down to about 5 degrees through the night. Last night was down to about 7, but the winds all day yesterday, even though it was bright, made it chilly, because northerly as opposed to southerly winds. So there've been cold winds all yesterday. So although it looked bright, it wasn't a warm day by a long shot, whereas Friday was. So there's a definite difference in weather, but the winds have calmed down a little today, and not quite as cold. It's still cold. Yeah, you can see it. It's still cold, but it's not quite as cold. So I'll tell you what, guys, if I don't get anything on this session, 100% one of my summer sessions, or maybe 2, or depends how well it goes, but I'm definitely 100% doing this again, because I have actually enjoyed doing the zigs. It would have been nice to get a fish, and I know I'm talking like I haven't, and I've still got time to, but it would be nice to get a fish and land a fish on a zig, because I don't have the biggest confidence in zigs, if I'm honest. But I wanted to do something for you guys different, and zigs was going to be it, and I did feel they may work. So I'm going to go make a coffee. I'll make my coffee, have a coffee, and then I'm going to change that right-hand rod, and it'll give me at least 3.5, 4 hours on a new bait, which is going to be red. So that'd be good, because at the minute I've only got black in the water, so it'll be red. And I'll probably I'll leave it at the same height that is. I just changed the bait. I think that's what I'll do. Alright, guys, I'm going to have my coffee, watch the water a bit, catch up with you guys later on, and hopefully maybe even get a fish. Thank you for watching, guys. I do appreciate it. Also, sorry, before I forget, all the guys that come over and say hello to me. I had Nick and Jane yesterday. I had various people come to say hello to me. Really appreciate it, guys. Thank you. Morning all. So it's about 8:30 Sunday morning, and if I'm honest, guys, I'm not confident it's going to happen. So I'm going to start doing a slow pack down, maybe try and get off by 10. I know it looks like, if you look behind me, it's absolutely blazing sun, but actually it's about 7 degrees, 6-7 degrees, a little bit of a breeze, and it's not warm, guys. It's not cold, but it's not warm either, so the sun makes it look like it's a blisteringly beautiful day, but it's not. But one of the things I will say is, at the minute there's nobody over in 1 and 2, maybe 3, and I kind of think the fish have all pushed over. When those guys left yesterday, I think no lines in the water, I think they kind of pushed off, because I kind of stopped seeing anything happening over here, to be fair. So rods will stay in until I'm packed up, but I think I'm going to call a close to this session, guys. So firstly, thank you very much for watching. Really sorry I haven't been able to bring you any fish. Obviously I'm not ultra confident or expertise on zigs or anything like that, guys, so I've done the best I could. I was quite confident with what I had out last night, if I'm honest. I did think I was going to do and put a fish on the bank, but it hasn't happened so far. If you're not one of my regular subscribers, please subscribe, helps me out massively. If you've enjoyed this fishless vlog where I was trying to get one in on a zig, give it the old thumbs up. And if you want to be notified of future posts, hit that bell icon. So it only leaves me to say, stay safe, stay fishing. No, hold on. Guys, I've got France coming up in 2 weeks. Don't forget to look out for that one. Stay safe, stay fishing. I'll see you on the next vlog.